I am Nick Shell, and I am not a hair loss expert. But yet, still, I guess I have some wisdom about hair loss that I can help other people with. For example, I made a video called Receding Hairline, How Much Longer Can I Go Without Another Haircut? It's been 2 months so far. Our good friend SJ14 asked this question. What do you think of an 8-guard buzz cut or 1 inch all over? To which I instantly replied, never. That was my answer, never. So we had this conversation going on, and he's just really kind of sorting out where his hairline is, not exactly sure, but he's noticed it's changed, and he's wanting to do this buzz cut. So I definitely advised against the number 8 or 1 inch all over. Here's why. Because if you've got enough density to where maybe your hairline just changed a little bit, maybe you've even got a noticeable Norwood too, you've got the V shape, that's fine. When you go to do a buzz cut, what you want to make sure of is there's a certain ratio of the longer that it gets on top, the more of a need that it needs to be short on the sides. So if we're talking an inch long or close to an inch long, we definitely want to go, I'm going to say definitely want to go very short on the sides. I would actually personally go with a number 1 guard faded into that 8 guard or inch long on top or whatever. For me, I'm just trying to sort out like my ratios in my head. I mean, if your hair is an inch long, I mean that's pretty short on top. I would say a number 1 or a number 2 on the sides and the back, faded, blended in. If we were talking, let's see, because I'm trying to think, before I started having the density loss that I have now, I could get away with, I remember I did a number 3 on the top and even a number 1 on the sides then. Because I think, well, I'll put it this way, number 4 guard is the longest I would suggest that you do an all over cut. Because I've done that, and I've made a video, it's one of my most popular ones on this channel, where I do literally a 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I'll let everyone decide, and 4 looks the worst. Not only because of my hairline and because of the density, you could even see the beginning of a bald spot, but it just kind of looked messy. So if you're going to have a number 4, then you're going to want to have a number 1 on the sides and the back. It's going to be very subtle. A lot of people wouldn't even think, a lot of people would see it and think, oh, yeah, you shaved your hair, you buzzed off your hair. They might not even notice that it's different lengths. It's that subtle in that situation. But my rule of thumb, and I'm not Max the Barber who watches my channel regularly, and I'm sure he'll leave a comment and tell his professional perspective, but for me as a non-professional, I think once you're talking about a number 4 guard, I don't recommend keeping it all the same length at that point, because it's already going to look like it needs to be shaped up some at that point. So that's what I would say. If you want to keep it a number 8 or an inch on top, I'm going to recommend a number 1 or a number 2 blended in. And personally, what I like to do is have it come down lower. That's how I personally like it as compared to the military. For me, I like that look. But that's a personal preference. Now, hope that answered your question. I think it did. I feel pretty good about answering that question, even though I'm not a hair loss professional. All right, let's keep the conversation going, and I'm sure Maxwell Smart will join in. How long has this video been up? Oh, just 8 hours? Yeah, it looks like he already left a comment, so we're good. All right, there you go.